I was sitting at my desk, the office quiet except for the soft hum of the fluorescent lights. My hand trembled as I clicked open a folder labeled Confidential. At first, it was just numbers, charts, the usual reports. And then, I saw it. A name. My stomach dropped. My heart started pounding. A cold shiver crawled down my spine. How could this be? I blinked, hoping maybe I'd imagined it, but no. It was real. That name changed everything. What had I just uncovered? I've always believed that being a doctor isn't just about medicine. It's about people. The sleepless nights, the coffee that never tastes hot enough, the quiet victories that no one sees, they all mean something. Outside the hospital, I'm just me. Coffee in the morning, my dog Max waiting by the door, quiet evenings with a book. Life was calm, predictable, safe. I remember one night last year, a little boy came into the ER, terrified and alone. I held his hand and told him everything would be okay. He smiled through his tears. That tiny smile, it stayed with me for days. Moments like that remind me why I chose this path, to heal, to protect, to care. But that day, when I opened that file, everything I believed in suddenly felt like it was slipping away. Because some truths, they don't just hurt, they shatter. I stared at the screen, frozen. That name, it wasn't just anyone. It was someone I trusted. Someone I'd worked with, laughed with, depended on. Every memory of teamwork, every late-night shift, every shared victory, it all suddenly felt like a lie. I could feel anger rising, sharp and hot, but underneath it, fear. Fear of what this meant. Fear of who else might be involved. Fear that the world I thought I knew wasn't what it seemed. My mind started racing, connecting small details I'd ignored before. The missing reports, the odd excuses. How had I missed it? How could someone I trusted hide something so dark? That's when it hit me. This wasn't a mistake. It was deliberate, planned. And now, I was the only one who knew. My heart pounded in my ears. What was I supposed to do next? Could I even confront them? Or was I already in too deep? I couldn't just sit there. So I started digging emails, schedules, records, anything that could prove what I feared. Every click of the mouse sounded too loud. Every shadow in the office made me jump. Then, out of nowhere, a colleague approached me. "I think I can help," she whispered, sliding a folder across the table. My pulse quickened. Could I trust her? I didn't have time to think. Together, we pieced things together, strange payments, missing files, messages that didn't add up. Each discovery pulled us deeper. Relief that I wasn't alone. Fear that we were being watched. Every new piece of evidence made my stomach twist. The person I trusted wasn't careless. They were covering something huge. And I realized there was no turning back. Then the story broke. The hospital board called me in an emergency meeting. But their questions weren't about patient safety. They were about damage control, about reputation, about who to blame. Emails flooded in, some supportive, others threatening. A rival doctor whispered rumors in the halls, trying to destroy my name. Even my own team began to hesitate. Every step I took to reveal the truth was met with resistance, suspicion, hostility. Fear gnawed at me, but anger burned brighter. Because silence wasn't an option anymore. One night, buried in patient files, I found it, an email chain that changed everything. A confession. The rival doctor's own words, spelling out every lie, every cover-up. My hands shook as I read. Relief. Disbelief. Vindication. But it came with a cost. A nurse who had quietly helped me, suspended. Punished for telling the truth. Anger surged through me. This wasn't just about corruption anymore. It was about protecting those who still believed in doing what's right. The hospital auditorium was packed, staff, journalists, families. My heart raced as I stepped up to the microphone, holding the evidence that had kept me awake for weeks. One by one, I revealed everything, the emails, the recordings, the truth they tried to bury. The rival doctor's arrogance finally cracked. Gasps filled the room. Faces went pale. And when I played the final recording, silence. Even the board, who once doubted me, couldn't look away. The The doctor tried to speak, to justify, to lie again, but it was over. Justice had finally spoken. In that moment, I realized courage isn't about being fearless. It's about standing up when fear is all you have left. Weeks passed. The chaos slowly faded. The hospital began to rebuild. I walked the halls again, lighter, calmer. Patients smiled. Nurses nodded. My team stood beside me, stronger than before. Messages started pouring in from strangers, people thanking me for speaking up, for fighting back, for not giving in. And that's when I understood courage doesn't end when the battle does. It changes you. It reminds you that one voice, one truth, one act of bravery can spark something bigger. Stories like this remind us, one person can make a difference. Sparkles like, subscribe, and share to spread hope. And tell me, if you were in my place, what would you do?